I thought this would be different. I thought that it would finally work. But even towards the bitter end, Cookie Wars was so stupid. It closed the U-recorder on me. I've been talking for who knows how long, just like I said in the video before, unless that part was cut out, because I haven't checked yet. I've been talking for who knows how long, and it just closed the U-recorder, because whatever happens in the game, it just closes it. So no more battles. I beat Octo Wasabi the boss. I finally got a chance to beat it. I always hate recording because I always sound like I'm a million times stupider. I don't know when the recording stopped recording, but, or how much was on there. In one way, it's good because all the stupid things I said are gone, but all the other cool things that happened also gone. Yeah. As I continue this, I slowly feel more and more okay with the fact that Cookie Wars is going to just disappear forever. Thank you, Cookie Wars. Even towards the end, you give me terrible gacha rewards. You don't let me have the U-recorder up because you make it crash however you do. And it's primarily just Cookie Wars. I know that when it does a thing with Plants vs. Zombies 2 for the battles mode, it'll crash the U-recorder. It's something with it connecting to the internet. But there are other things that can connect to the internet and it works out. Cookie Wars will just die and then that'll be it. This will be the last daily gift that we will be able to receive. I got the other one before when doing the Atlas video, which will go up in the future because this is episode 3. Let's see if, there we go. Nice and laggy. Player experience plus 20. Not going to be able to utilize that now, will I? So I'm not doing that. I'm not doing PvP mode. That can just die. I have like 1,000+ tickets saved up. Yeah, I'm not doing that. For the sake of just seeing where I was, I will look at it, but I'm not doing PvP. This is the worst mode in the game, and it's also the mode that would have the most potential for being any good. But it was not. It was pointless. If you were just the tiniest bit stronger than somebody else, you'd decimate them. These were my stats. This is how I did. There was the arena, which was frustrating and painful to get through. Only slightly better than the normal PvP mode, funny enough, because you could only use basic cookies and choose from a list of ones you were assigned. Survival mode, which was the new mode added to the game when Loss and Jellies came out, had 3 different places that it would cycle through. Then you'd go through different ones every week to earn rewards. Just by playing a little bit, you'd get a basic reward. Come on. Who cares about the little creatures? My goal is the enemy base. The Eternal Lit Mart. Oh, good. It's loading something. I literally did not tap the screen once. Okay. It just had to reload the page. Results in a day. Not happening. There are cars. So are there humans? Well, of course there are humans in this world. There's the witch, we don't know if the witch is human, but there are full-sized things that exist, and then the cookies are smaller, so yeah, it makes sense. That's a grocery store you could run through. The abandoned hospital. Another cool set of stuff. Eternal Lit Mart. Wasn't there another one? Huh. Might as well show off what the area looks like. We'll just do 1 round in the Eternal Lit Mart, and then I'll do 1 round in the hospital. And this is the survival team. similar to my other team. There we go. So yeah, this is the grocery store. It looks really cool. If you... Oh, you can't do it with this one because the map is too small. But for bigger maps, you can actually pinch the screen a little bit and do that motion to try and minimize it to make the whole thing look a little bit smaller so you can see stuff at a bigger distance. You're recording, yes? Yes? Okay. Yeah. Forgot I always have to keep checking up on you when doing Cookie Wars because otherwise you'll die on me. Like you did before. Like you did before. Oh, how I hate that aspect. Because when I just try and talk and do whatever video and record, it would stop recording. And then I wouldn't be able to talk and everything I'd say, even if I was doing a video pouring my heart out. Just gone. I tried doing another video recently to vent about some stuff my father did. And then I was just ranting for like 20 minutes, only to find out that the Cookie Wars going on in the background wasn't working. It just canceled it. Just because I just look forward and just talk instead of just always looking at the tiny dot in the corner. In that way, it's partially my fault and partially DU Recorder's fault. But I give Cookie Wars the blame because this mostly just happens during Cookie Wars. Time is out for this, for the weekly rewards, but you can still do certain missions until they expire and they cycle through other ones. Very weird survival system. Very, very weird. Because you couldn't really make progress in it. It was just not a very good system. Because you'd have 5 energy a day per cookie. So if you wanted to get through it, what you should do is you use a whole bunch of weak fodder cookies for the early stuff. Then you switch out to the stronger ones. You do that for a while until you can get through it. Until the mode becomes impossible, until you have the strong cookies. And then you can maybe earn a decent weekly reward. Or just not care and just do a couple of the ones. Just do 5 rounds a day for the week. You can get some good rewards that way instead. A lot easier. Because the mode would get so hard that you'd have to use more resources than you'd get. You'd have to put in more resources than what you would earn from doing it. And then, because the amount that you'd be saved in each of the different campaign things would just disappear over time. So I've completed numerous of these levels over here. And those are gone too. Now my voice is starting to hurt. In addition to me having to keep my voice low, my voice is also starting to hurt. So this at least helps me to keep it okay. So yeah, the survival missions. All of this stuff doesn't apply. This mode was so flawed. But you'd be able to get pretty decent rewards for minimal work. So close to being balanced, and yet it wasn't. And of course, all the times you'd have the raid battles, which would just end up being more annoying than anything. But you needed those in order to get other decent rewards in the game. And then we have special. The annoying thing about having to record the entire legacy of this game in one day is that I will be tired from having to record everything this game has to offer, because I only have 1 day left. Here are the elemental dungeons. A different one unlocks every day. You can pay to do one of the dungeons over again, and then for a short time you'd be able to have all of the dungeons unlocked. This would just loop each week. An interesting system, but not a very good one. Wish they could just let us choose the entire time. Because, like, if you only had time to play 1 day, and even if you paid, you could only get a certain thing. And if you don't like using siege units, then you can't. Why bother? It's just frustrating. Tower of Experience. Oh, there's the Korean text, which it would load first, and then it would switch over to this. I was able to beat all 10 of the floors, so I have them unlocked. There's all of them. It's a cool looking tower. Like how the stairs go into one section and they go up and they loop around through each of the entrances. And the star explorations, these you gotta get done. This is the only way to get rewards in the game for any sane person. Because once you complete the constellation set, you'll have a chance to earn good rewards over time. And I'm very happy I was able to beat all of them. They were a challenge. They definitely got to be a challenge. But the rewards you get for beating them is worth the effort that you put in. Because you can just, anytime you want, you can just come back over here and earn more rewards for the day. And you get better rewards for sending in cookies with a certain criteria. And this is how you get money and crystals every day. This is the best way to do it. This is just how you play. So that's this mode. I won't be playing in either of those two dungeons. They're not worth it. I mean, they're very worth it because you need them in order to make any progress in the game at all, but, you know. Just one for helping you get decent experience for, like, the really, really strong ones, and the other for getting the things that you need in order to upgrade the units. So those are the different modes, and I'm not going back to story because story just crashes the game. Or at least crashes, story crashes to you, recorder. Yes, we are still going. Okay. I am definitely getting more tired as we go on. Here's our little chestnut friend. Yeah, I'll receive this. There are so many daily tasks, and some of them are, like, really annoying to do at points. More often than not, I just wouldn't do it. Look at how many daily tasks you need to do in order to just get a couple extra crystals over time. Here's the different boss bounties. At some point it reset, and it said that I had to beat them again, and I don't freaking understand. Because I beat all of the other bosses before. But it says, no, you gotta beat them. Even though, you know, I beat the boss that you saw me beat other bosses, you have to beat them in order to get the boss bounty to work. Achievement system was stupid. I remember going through this stuff to record information, a cookie's diary. Wanted to read all these at some point in the future, too. Let's take a look at some of these. I know most of the early episodes were me reading this already, but screw that series. Screw the early Cookie Wars series. It was just awful. Cookie's diary. Let's see. Can I do the voices? It's not a matter of can I. It's a matter of duty. Because otherwise it'll just die, so. And now I have basically all of the missions, or at least almost all of the missions unlocked, so we can just do the whole story all at once. Yay! Instead of having to wait. I have recently acquired this tiny diary. It says, "Hope it helps you," on the cover. I gave the diary a quick look, and you know what? Looks like it was written by a cookie while escaping from Jelly Walkers. So scary. I'll let you know if I find something useful. Remember the book I told you about? Looks like the author and their friends were near the meteorite when it fell. Somehow they managed to hide underground. Why don't you go and check if they left something useful behind? In that level, they left behind a gingerbread. The impact. Whoa, somehow you look more experienced to me. Did you find an experience potion? The author points out that these are key in fighting Jelly Walkers. I don't think they would lie about that. Yeah, they're pretty important. Hey, look, the diary mentions pets. I am a pet, or am I a citizen? We may never know. We're all gonna die anyway. Doesn't really matter. Its author tells how a pet companion has given them strength and will to oppose the Jelly Walkers, the Jelly Luke Skywalkers. Why don't you pair Choco Drop And that pear choco drop that I gave you with Ginger Brave, I'm sure both of them will be happy. Best friends. Pet experience. Confirmed my theory today. Pets do help on the battlefield, but they don't get experience like us cookies, and I don't know why. It was such a stupid decision. Why would the pets not earn experience? Because you have to pay for them, and it makes the pet potions much more valuable and worth it to get, because cookies you could get from the replenishing thing for free. But the pets, you'd always have to get the pet potions, so you'd have to level up on areas that will help you get more pets, because there's no other way to upgrade the pets. And if you have duplicate pets, you couldn't super level up the pets either. So once you upgrade a pet all the way, if you end up getting more of the same pet, it's just completely worthless. So stupid. Very unbalanced. And even when the game was working properly, some of these things could have been fixed, but they made them worse. Oh, I wonder if once I eventually watch that video on that Mole Maniac did, maybe it'll explain some more of the backstory behind Aurum Labs that I don't know about. That's why you have to use pet experience potions. I got you such a potion after I read this entry. Take it and use it on a pet. Use it in good health. Weird scientist cookie. The author mentions one very curious thing. Among my companions, I am not doing the right voice. There is an eccentric scientist who told me that you can combine several cookies for upgrades. Dr. Wasabi. Don't know what all that is about. Don't know what that is all about. But I don't think this cookie means harm to us. Very curious. We must take whatever this mysterious cookie says as gospel. Excuse me. And then here we have the branching paths to complete, which made, completing these a little bit easier, because you could complete a mission, but if it wasn't the next mission that you needed to do right away, then you couldn't get it. I hate achievement systems like this. Why not just give us achievements that we can achieve at any time? Instead, we have to just achieve things going along. Even if we're not able to claim the rewards for them, we should be able to just get the mission completed by the time we do actually unlock it. And it's not like it's impossible for that to happen, because you could... never mind. It seems that the author of the Journal 3 from Gravity Falls is... And I won't say it in case any of you haven't watched Gravity Falls. Watch it. That show is amazing. Watching Gravity Falls is more fulfilling than playing Cookie Wars. So, do that. It seems that the author of this diary has been helping the scientist cookie with their research about making cookies stronger. I'm deliberately being vague so that you don't understand who I'm talking about, for added mystery. Ooh. Why don't we try repeating some of their experiments? Someone has to volunteer first, right? Hey, try to find a cookie to help us in the ghostly forest. And a cookie that if we kill him, they'll come back as a ghost. So no worries. So Pirate Cookie volunteered to potentially kill himself? Awesome. If you're willing to continue with our experiments on live subjects, you'll have to find the needed ingredients first. I'll show you where. Pirate Cookie is a melee unit. That's why we need some melee unit power jellies. And upgrade... an A-grade cookie, we need at least a power jelly too. You found a power jelly. Awesome. I forgot one thing. To begin, we're going to need another similar cookie. Go back to the ghostly forest and come back with yet another pirate. You found yet another pirate for some reason. How? I don't know. The experiment failed. Looks like we need to upgrade some more. Scientist is already preparing an improved experiment, because cookies never give up. Or do they? Yeah, they probably don't. A vampire kind of does. What a spirit. Hey, it's almost like a spirit potion, but that's not in this game. Here, do you think if we give an experience potion to Pirate Cookie, we might succeed? Of course. Not that easy to enhance. The author writes that all their experiments but the last one had failed. So they succeeded once. Okay. They trained so hard and they finally got an overwhelming success. It's a good thing I started off talking all about how they failed before to make it seem like it was a failure. It's like one of the jokes in The Simpsons where it's like, I'm sorry, but they were all fine. As Dr. Hibbert would say. Or if they were like, or Skinner being like, I'm sorry, Nelson never woke up. What? Because he never went to sleep. He's right there. He's okay. It's like, I'm sorry, none of the experiments worked, except for the one that did. And to finish the story of just inserting one ghost pirate into another ghost pirate to make one super ghost pirate. Looks like everything's ready. Awesome. I've made all the needed arrangements. All that's left is to enhance our pirate cookie. Good luck. It is like fusion in Steven Universe, where like if the same type of gem fuses together, they just become a bigger version of the same gem operating all at once. However, if it was like permanent and they stayed the same size, essentially sort of like Piccolo and other Namekians in Dragon Ball Z, where he's just like, I'm absorbing another Namekian now. Shoop. And he gets more powerful. So that's how that works. And Dragon Ball Z Abridged is just genius by giving more consequence to the actions by having their souls and brains in Piccolo's brain talking to him. Genius. Just genius. Because it would also give a reason why it's like, hey, the planet's going to die. Any other Namekians who are about to die, come to me, and we'll fuse together for the forbidden technique. Because he only does it twice, but Piccolo gets so strong he's able to go toe-to-toe with, like, early Frieza. It's like, imagine the potential that Piccolo could achieve by fusing with so many other Namekians. I mean, again, you would require somebody giving up, like, their life while they're alive to fuse to give them the power, but still. It's just fascinating to think that, like, he could imagine what he could do if Piccolo is just like, hey, here's the Namekians from an alternate timeline that are gonna die by a meteor, maybe. What if he absorbs all of them in order to help save the other universes? But by giving him consequences where he'd hear the voices of everyone who he would have fused with, it would deter him from wanting to do that constantly. It's just they're genius. Anyway, so back to Cookie Wars, which I should be talking about. Met an extremely mean pet today. It's been waiting and hiding, and when I came near, it hit me super hard, and the scientists took it to make it stronger. It sounds really freaky. I wonder what happened to this pet. I wonder why the scientists wants it to try and beat me up more. Why? Why will you do that? I'd like to imagine that it's sort of like if a schoolyard bully beats up a kid and then a government worker comes in and it just abducts the bully and is just like, we're going to do experiments on you to make you stronger. And then, the bully is then taken in and then they're made to become a super bully, but they basically lose all their agency and just become a super soldier like Captain America, except with the brain of like a Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it's just like, he can't really think for himself. Make that into a book, why don't you? That's my idea for the day. My cream of the crop. If you do, don't forget to credit your old pal Handington. I don't know what the name of this little pet thing is, but I've always just called it Chestnut. Just because it reminds me of a chestnut. Chestnut raccoon. Hey, looks like the scientist cookie also tried to enhance pets. Should we try doing the same? Yeah. Yeah, why not? Are there any mean pets we can find in the forest? Got it. Find a giggle bomb. The scientists used their power jellies in their experiments. We should do the same. Guess what that power jelly too will do? More preparations. To enhance a pet, we will need to find another similar pet. That's need that power jelly? Yeah, good. That's why it gave me another rare ticket instead of more of the things to level up the pet in the tutorial. Genius thinking there. To enhance a pet, we will need another similar pet. Get back to where you found Gigglebomb and bring another one here. Hear it sounds attracted to the sounds of battle. It's don't think about it. Ha ha! You found another Gigglebomb. They're very disturbing. Now let's level it up. Remember that they don't get experience like us cookies do, so go to the Tower of Experience. But remember, you can't get experience from there, so use the potions that you get to spend them on the pets instead of the cookies. Or at least get pet potions. The cookie potions, usually it's a lot. You get money by doing battles and experience, so it's better to use your money on that and then sell the cookie experience potions to be able to afford upgrading the pets. Enhancement drawbacks. You brought some potions. When you upgrade Gigglebomb to level 30, we can begin. The author of the diary says that while working on the experiment, Scientist Cookie began giggling just like the Gigglebomb because Dr. Wasabi is very, very strange. Brilliant scientist. Very unethical. Likes to not care about, the scary things. It's wonderful. She's great as a character. Have you ever seen a cookie who giggles like Gigglebomb? I have. The insane Dr. Wasabi, who is okay with just letting a town die due to her experiments until the responsible mustard cookie who is like, screw society, but also don't kill the people in the society. Grams, come on, let's get in the mech and fight Octo Wasabi. Wasabi and mustard are great. Now we are ready. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to have Wasabi or mustard in the game, which is a shame. Really wish we could have seen them. Maybe they would have come in a later update, because Wasabi was with them. We did get the Wasabi syrup as an item, not the item, as a spell. We didn't get Wasabi herself. Meh. Now we are ready. Let's begin the enhancement. I bet this pet will help your team greatly. Commencing experiment. Hey, if you ever find the scientist cookie, say hello from me. If you know who the scientist is. Morty, I turned myself into a cookie, Morty. I'm Cookie Rick. Which in a way is kind of Wasabi Cookie. I love it. We are recording, yes? Oi, it's been a half hour. Stronger. Yes, you've successfully enhanced our Gigglebomb. Well done. Now take it to the underground tunnel to see how strong it has become. Then try doing the same thing to other cookies and pets. A new method. So, I've heard the diary a little bit more. I read from the diary a little bit more. Seems that scientists has continued their research. There must be another way to make your team stronger. To do so, we're going to need a B grade unit. Get it in story mode or summon it. Maximum upgrade. Now that we have it, why don't you upgrade it? The experiment failed. Or was it successful? I don't know. The participants have disappeared, but another cookie appeared instead. Scientist was pleased and giggled all the same. Hey, if the scientist was happy about the result, it means that the experiment was successful. Let's repeat it. You just killed 2 cookies to bring in a new cookie that's just slightly stronger. It's so unethical. It's like, you two, you're weak. let's sacrifice you to the dark arts. Who knows where they'll go? And then we'll bring in a new cookie. I love how hypocritical the cookies are. They're like, the lives of us are precious. Let's go sacrifice these cookies who are safe to just die so that the Aryan cookies can survive. Only the strong may survive. Off the backs of the weak. Or like an oven break where it's like, yeah, the cookies are okay with eating both the ingredients that they're made of and cookie dough. And they are also okay with eating cookies because Cocoa Cookie eats gingerbread cookies. They're okay with it as long as it's just not alive, which that's like, at some point, I know that they said that, like, the cookies are okay as long as you don't eat another cookie person. So it's like they don't want you to eat anything that has, like, the sentience. Okay, that makes sense. Which is why some of the pets and other animals in the cookie world, they don't just eat a jelly frog, except for the snakes. But they eat the bear jellies, and the bear jellies have faces. Apparently they can have jobs too, or have notable figures in their life. And the bear jelly in the unit here, it was a great bear jelly that has a little helmet on inside the tank. So the bear jellies are kind of alive, but they eat them even though they eat the bear jellies alive. But you never see them actually eat the bear jellies in, like, cutscenes or acknowledge doing that. Most you get to see, like, Gingerbread eating a jelly was in Jelly Pop, where he bites into half of one of the, regular jelly beans. Very hypocritical. I love it. I love it in this game, at least, because it's just like, yeah, we're not against killing, but we're totally gonna kill as long as it fits our needs. Huh? Look. Apparently the essence of the experiment was to combine 2 cookies into one of a higher grade. Seems that in the future we'll be able to start to meet this even S+ cookies that can't be summoned. Maybe we can do the same thing too. My mind is deteriorating. We are one. This is this is kind of freaky. It's just like we figured out how to turn things into amalgamates. We're as evil as Alpha. Except we're in a post-apocalyptic world, and Alfie just gets completely forgiven. Even though if you kill even the slightest bug in Undertale, you're deemed a horrible, irredeemable murderer. You could kill a frog and they treat it as though you murdered, like, the president. And it's like, why? But Alfie is able to horribly torture and cause experiments and bring people back from the dead, and it's just like, remember, this is a story of forgiveness. Oh, oh, oh. She stalked you? Oh, she's just quirky. Oh, oh, oh. That's a discussion for another day. We're gonna need 3 pets at level 30. Bring us 3 pets to sacrifice and fuse into one. Who cares about their souls? This is what science shall do! Which is why it's perfect that Wasabi's doing this, because she does not care about ethics, and she only cares about science. Whoa, looks like the scientists use pets from their own team. Man, even their friends aren't safe from murder. Before the experiment, check if the pets belong to someone. I bet no cookie will be happy to find their pet suddenly turned into something else. Oh my gosh, that's so dark. You could just steal someone's pet and fuse it. It's just like, hey, I got an attack dog, but I'm sorry I had to fuse your goldfish and pet turtle together to get it. And it's just like, I appreciate it to help us not die as much, but, like, that turtle was 20 years old. It's older than I am. I being the other character, I'm actually older than this fictional turtle. Well, no, technically, the turtle could be a little bit older than I am. If the turtle is gonna have its birthday soon. Yes. Anyway. I love that this is framed as a positive thing, but this is like a horror arc. This is like the where you find out how the characters do horrible things, where like everything goes spiraling down. This isn't like, hey, guess what? We can just sacrifice people's souls to get stronger people. Yay! Now abuse this power. And you're supposed to in the game, and that's just fine. That's how you win. And it's not like, hey, who's the real monster all along? The actual monsters are us for fusing all of these cookies' souls together to form a new being who fights unconditionally for us. Nope, none of that was tapped into. But the normal darkness that this game has looming in the background is still there. Now that we have A-grade cookies and pets, we can show those jelly walkers what we've got. Don't forget to upgrade. Nothing is impossible. Donuts. Oh. Hey, have you seen a donut piece? Diary says something about donuts. Not only are they delicious, but they can make you run faster, and all that jazz. I don't know how the donuts work. They just hold them instead of eating them. It's not like a permanent upgrade, which I'm glad at least, because you can swap them out as armor. Donut chunks as armor. Hey, the author provides the following list of donuts. Listen. Mighty donuts increase your damage, healthy HP, fatal critical hit, which is a useless stat, wise is range, rapid is speed, and lastly, swift donuts increase speed. Hit speed. Cool, huh? A lot more text. Wow, so apparently the scientist cookie has discovered that if you find 4 pieces of the same donut and equip them together, you can make a donut set. Listen to what's written here. Berry donuts do have vanilla, matcha, chocolate. Now I just want donuts. Notice that the donuts appear in the exchange center. Easy to find berry and vanilla donuts at regular one. Rarer chocolate and matcha appear at the exchange center. Hey, can you get a vanilla? Hey, I figure that if you equip more donuts, you'll be able to use donut power to donut it up to get unwanted donut jellies as ingredients as donuts, because donut. Metals for the strong. Yeah, this is just... it's only for the strong. It's just... This is so ominous. I love it. Our team has realized that it's safer to gain experience fighting with other cookies than with dangerous jellied monsters. In these battles, we gained a lot of medals to earn. What? That's not a bad idea. Kill your brethren. Yes, lives are precious. Fight in gladiatorial arenas to kill the other teams for their resources. Steal them and help us survive instead. Medals for the strong. I like donut sets so much. Let's get some more donuts after murdering our friends and enemies. Wow, the author of the diary tells us about the tradition of summoning cookies. Long ago, the horns were used to summon mighty cookies for help. And then, when the mighty cookies needed help, they'd call for even mightier cookies. Isn't that cool? So many were doomed. But yeah, apparently... You need the horn at the base to bring other cookies roaming the land over to you, and that's how you summon new cookies. Except for the ones that you fuse together. Does that mean that even if they just teleported them, we've thrown, like, multiple other cookies into who knows where to get killed by the jelly walkers? Like 5 weak ginger braves to make one slightly stronger, to find one slightly stronger muscle cookie? It's like... You're crazy. You don't care about the life. You just care about who you can use for your team to just win. You're not interested in saving as many lives as possible. You're just interested in only letting the strong survive. And then you'll create your own government around only the strongest while the purge is happening. And all the weaker ones just get killed by the jelly walkers. Political commentary. Like the Purge. This is the Purge in cookie form. Only the Aryan cookies may survive. It's not like even in Sonic Forces where they're like, all of the people that they can save the lives of are important, where Sonic will save the life of even just some rando who he sees. Whereas here, you'll just throw weak cookies into the wild to die for a stronger one, or fuse their souls together to make a new one. It's so dark, and I love it. Oh, I wish this game was able to show off this stuff a little bit more. But I'm glad to show the secret dark story of Cookie Wars. Difficulty increases. Hey, do you feel like it's getting harder to fight with only A units? It says to go to the sticky swamp and then get some S grades. To make an S grade, do this. Oh my, I want to see one for myself. My gosh. I don't know if I want to go through all the other stories, all the other modes. This is more than enough. The Cookie's Diary. This is like the main story of the game, or the main side story of the game. Hey, the author casts some light on the pet incubation too. They say that after the impact, it became much harder to find pets in their natural habitat. I guess that's how it was decided to grow pets artificially. That's a pretty sad story and scary. In the apocalypse, they have to grow pets artificially because they can't find them in the wild. This is so beautifully dark. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the animals are dying. A real strong pet. Big plan. All done. Looks like the most interesting part of the diary has just begun. Oh, really? It was already pretty interesting. I'll continue reading while you're busy fusing the pets. Fuse the pet souls together. You know, right. The author says that mighty high-grade cookies have been designed a plan to save the world. But only the strong. Something about destroying all jelly walkers at the impact site. Dangerous jelly. The scientist thinks that the plan is going to fail, claiming that they are trying to cure the symptom, not the source of the disease. It's the contaminated jellies that created the jelly walkers. Wow, you'd better not touch any of those jellies. Yeah, so as it goes, when a cookie eats a contaminated jelly bean, they become a jelly walker. It isn't just that they're spawning out of the meteor or whatever. Everyone was preparing for the final battle. The cookies hunted high and low throughout the swamp for donuts. Which is just amazing. That's an amazing line, by the way. Out of context. Amazing 2 lines. They prepared for the final battle by searching high and low for donuts in a swamp. We had to get as strong as possible to win. Huh? Looks like there are a lot of donuts at the sticky swamp. I don't know why. Gross. But yeah, there were a lot of donuts. Hey, you found a donut. Now listen to this. The mightiest cookies have gathered. Moonlight, fire, and the rest. Not going to mention all the other strong cookies. My HP is not that high. That's why I use matcha donuts to improve my attack range, says the author. Hey, you might use this information. Give matcha donuts to your ranged units to make them even more effective. What? You want to know what happened? Alrighty, I read to you while you're enhancing your matcha donuts. The day of the final battle was at hand, but the scientists suddenly decided to return to the laboratory to continue the research. I kind of grew on this cookie. In the beginning, Genesis 1 or whatever. Oh, nope, this is the Bible. My mistake. In the beginning, it looked like the victory was ours. Of course, we took some damage, but a lot of jelly walkers had fallen too. Suddenly, a giant jelly walker appeared. Wow, I don't like where this is going. Can anything stop the jelly walkers? Failed plan. Nothing could stop this giant jelly walker. Everything is chaos. You have nothing but the way you feel, your strategy and a sword. Our plan failed, and we had to retreat. So the plan failed. Our plan failed, so we had to retreat. So the plan failed. Thanks for the update, Chestnut. You already read that. Looks like even A units can't guarantee the victory. The worst development. Like rarity. This is the worst possible thing. Whoa, you have found an S unit. Why don't we get an S grade pet too? You want me to read more? Alright. I was starving. Then I found a jelly lying on the ground. Eating it wasn't a good idea. I don't feel well now. Ooh. Final chapter. Wow, you got the S grade unit and pet. If only we were there during the final battle. We could even change the outcome. You know what's weird? I found this diary far away from the impact site. Who knows? Maybe the author is still alive. So, to explain this, this talks about the story of the scientist of energy drink cookie working with Wasabi, Dr. Wasabi. Wasabi returned to the lab to keep working during the battle, and possibly due to the fact that Wasabi wasn't there, could have ended up causing energy drink cookie to get killed, or quote unquote killed, become brutally hurt, eats a jelly to survive. Jelly turned energy drink into a jelly walker, but due to the science and their experiments, was able to keep the jelly walking at bay by drinking the energy drink. So this is the Cookie's Diary is a combination of like stuff regarding Wasabi and I believe written from the point of energy drink. And this apparently has happened numerous times because energy drink can die and then the tank explodes and then poisons. So it's not like there's only one energy drink. There's a ton of energy drink cookies who all experience the exact same backstory coincidentally. Again, the cookie lore in the cookie world is very weird. I think I've read this stuff before. Teamwork and the survival radio, which are just other tutorials. It's not the most important stuff. And I've already read a number of these things in other things, but I wanted to just go over the Cookie Diary because this talks all about the lore of the main cookie for the game. So that is the story of a man named Brady. And it took me 50 minutes to get through this, and I am tired. Oh, geez, Rick. So I think that's it for now. I want to do another recording where I get all of the stuff. I have been down here far longer than I should, and I should go back upstairs, so I might have to record and post me acquiring this stuff. But I'm gonna cash in all these tickets. I'm gonna do it before the game dies. But I'm glad I got to have this little moment here with everybody. And I believe it's that time again, friends. If you like what I do, don't be shy to give a thumbs up. Have a pleasant day, everyone. And this is Handington, signing off. Bye! It didn't crash, yay!